And there's something about the one in the middle that face there it's just a bit too much Ibiza. it's a bit too much lay off the vodka and Red Bulls for me. DANGERFIELD, Dangerfield. Hello you wonderful yogurts. It's a Dragon's Den reaction video, so without further ado, because I know it's been a long time, let's take it away, Dragonis, and I hope you enjoy it. Lots of ladies' legs. I always find the sensual lady pictures a bit awkward. I mean, you've really got to know what you're doing to get it right, which is another way of saying they always get it wrong. Oh, amazing little reorganisation, almost military there. I've seen other films that look like this at the start. No. What did I say? The cringe is disgusting. Just look at that. Look at that. I mean, I like a lady. I do like a lady. But I don't like that. You know, well, let me know what you think. But so far, so ungood. Yeah, and the responses from the Dragons already are absolutely correct and awkward and wishing their lives hadn't ended up here. And there's something about the one in the middle that face there it's just a bit too much Ibiza. it's a bit too much lay off the vodka and Red Bulls for me. Let's have a look at Meaden again. No, let's not look at that. That's not Meaden. Wow. And there you go. They're selling. They're trying to sell these people something. You want them to put money in it. And no one wants to invest in that already. This isn't going well. Ah, amazing silence. Just deathly.
Hello, Dragons. My name's Kate Cotton.
And my name's Louise Ferguson. And we are two of the owners.
Now, Louise Ferguson, bless her, is one of those unfortunate women who's quite masculine looking. You know, she's quite a big lady. And it's no surprise to me that she's ended up in the sort of beauty industry. It's a sort of psychological kind of cope that this is frequent, very frequent. You tend to see it. You know, the very beautiful feminine women don't tend to end up in this kind of gig. I'm not judging her for her appearance. I'm just saying that kind of appearance is a struggle for a lady. You know, like very thin, weak, short men. You see a lot of them selling protein shakes. It's the same thing. You know, they want to be... I remember being in the gym in Soho once, and me and a mate, you know, we were just fucking about. We were in the changing rooms. And this bloke come in, he was about 4.5 foot. And I was making a protein shake. You don't need protein shakes, just eat protein if you want a high protein diet. And my mate said, are they worth it? And at the time I said, yeah, I think so. You get a bit of protein in. And then this little small person, he went, what did he say? It was honey and something. Honey and peanut butter. Yeah, honey and peanut. He went, honey and peanut butter is what you want. We both looked round, and he was quite wide, with like a small, too wide head. And I was like, all right, honey and peanut butter. He went, yeah, put it on anything you can. Put it in your cereal. He said, I have it on steak. the old steak, honey and peanut butter. And he kept going on and on and on. And then we were well done with him. We were well finished making other conversations, you know, just basic sort of social communications to say we're done with you. And he went, because I'm an MMA fighter, and I... He wasn't. He wanted to be. He wanted to compensate for his height and his willy.
Owners of Australia's best-selling new tanning brand, SkinnyTan. SkinnyTan combines an eco-certified... natural tanning active with naturally derived cellulite smoothing and body firming and contouring actives.
Yeah, this is all just marketing spiel. It might work on the side of the packet to idiots, but not to entrepreneurs. Just tell them what it is. It's just all bullshit.
In the same cream. We believe it's this dual effect that makes us immediately stand out from the...
Those three women who are probably like, what, 23, 24, they look like they're about 13 standing next to that giant. I don't like being nasty, but it's just a reality of life. Some people are naturally gifted at certain things. Sorry, it's just... Look.
Competition.
We've spent 6 months formulating the product to be far superior to anything else on the market. So with such a
we've worked on it. It's better to make it better than everything else.
superior product, we knew it was going to be a success, but had no idea just how quickly that was going to happen.
That is interesting, because I still don't know what it is, but some kind of skinny tan, don't know what that is.
We registered our company in February last year. In March, we were already accepted by Australia's biggest pharmacy retailer. We launched with our first advertisement on September the 9th. 6 months on from that launch advertisement, and we've turned over 920,000 Australian dollars.
We believe with a...
What's 920,000 Australian? It's about 600 English, I think. Which is not bad in 6 months, 100 grand a month. Okay.
Dragon investment, we can replicate and hopefully better our Australian success here in the UK. So thank you for hearing us today, and we welcome any questions.
I mean, 100 grand is revenue. That's not bad for a small to medium enterprise. But marketing spend, staff spend, product spend, research, blah, blah, blah. That 100 soon, blah, 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 and I'll be interested to see what their profits are from that. I may have interrupted it too many times and ruined it for us, but I still don't know what a skinny tan is, sorry.
It's a high-impact pitch from Louise and Kate, who want £60,000 in return for a 5% stake in their business.
So they're valuing their company at 1.2 million. 1.2 mil. Okay, so to value a company at that, they need to be turning over between 4 and 5 million a year, with a profit margin of about 60-70%. Maybe they are. But if you are turning over that kind of money at that kind of margin, why do you need 60 grand? So, in fairness, they could be on the den because they want the exposure. They want a dragon on board, which that's just marketing, you know. Oh, we work with Papa Demetrio. That's someone else in my life. I won't tell you who that is, but he might watch this. Theo Paphitis is what I meant to say, who actually isn't there. Continue, skinnier tanners.
The girl in the middle looked a little bit like a Lucozade lozenge.
Did she?
Look at them cracking up. Amazing that you don't laugh at something unless you see the truth in it, and they both laughed.
Looked a bit orange to me rather than tanned.
No.
I mean, she
Is that
looked
just the
gorgeous.
lighting?
She looked gorgeous,
the
obviously,
lighting.
but she already had...
She didn't. She had something really freaky and unpleasant about her. She looked like a 3 out of 10 woman who'd painted an 8 out of 10 face on her. I'm sorry, but that's just not a look.
Had a bit of a tan where...
It's like you're talking to someone and, you know, their face is having an argument with what it looks like. It's you've got to get makeup right to pull that off, and she didn't.
The other two were completely pale, so we had more of a blank canvas.
There's definitely no orange in this product.
There's
Okay,
no orange. That is like the biggest.
And are you Australian? Because you both got a bit of a Sheila ting to you, haven't
We're
you?
both English, but we've lived in
we've lived
Australia
in-
for 10 years.
Hello, I'm Piers.
Hi, Piers.
How did you come up with this idea?
I've always used tanning products. Didn't really like them for different reasons.
But I still always used them, which is weird. I still don't know what it is. Sorry if I've ruined it.
And also using
Hang on, let me know in the comments if you know what a SkinnyTan is.
cellulite creams, but using the two products together can sort of interfere, you know. So we were pondering on the idea of a tanning product one day, and I said, look, let's just put the two together, do something a little bit unique.
I'll tell you what, if my abs looked anything like that, I'd be buying a container load of this stuff. But the point is, what your clever edge is that it's a self-tanning product, but what you're sort of throwing into the mix is it does other stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've only been on the shelves, as I say, since September.
Yeah.
So we're a very new product, but so far, we're really, really pleased with how well it's gone.
A confident start from the brains behind SkinnyTan. But Peter Jones...
I'm thinking about starting again because I think I might have edited out something, but if you're watching this, I didn't do that. I might re-watch it back later and put a little bit at the beginning to say that I accidentally cut out what the product is. Is it just a tanning cream? That doesn't seem like an edge.
Jones is keen to find out more about Louise and Kate's Australian success.
You said that you'd generated income of 920,000 Australian dollars.
Yes.
Could you convert that back to pounds for me?
You just take a third off, so it'd be about just over £600,000.
OK, 600,000
Called it.
pounds worth of sales.
Yes.
How much profit?
The gross profit on that is probably close to £450,000, 76%.
Wow.
Right, so that's not a bad gross profit actually, but that's not net profit. That's not ka-ching.
No wonder you've got smiles on your faces.
Yeah.
Confident entrepreneurs who arrive in the den with impressive
Deborah's having a quick line.
sales figures always go down well.
I wonder why they haven't. They must have. Peter must have said, what's the net profit on that? But they're editing it out for story value. So there'll be a story arc here regarding the profit. There must be, because no one just wants to know the gross profit of a company.
But Kelly Hoppen wants to get to the bottom of Louise and Kate's cellulite busting claims.
I do use self-tan, being as pale as I am. You said that a tan makes you look skinnier, which it does, makes you look better for sure.
Yeah.
But cellulite...
Do we agree with that? Do we agree that a tan makes you look skinnier? I don't know whether that works or not. I don't know, maybe. Do people like tanned women or men? Interesting. Some strange assumptions going there by Hoppen.
It's not really proven that any cream removes cellulite. It's exercise and it's good nutrition.
Of course.
Sure. Well, there are
But we've lied and said it does.
clinical studies on caffeine for helping reduce cellulite,
I know, but
thigh circumference and things. Published.
Yeah, they're quite
I mean,
strong.
there are. And we're not trying to introduce something new to the cellulite market.
You know, she reminds me of, and you might have already called it. Put it in the chat if you know. She sounds a bit like him, and she looks a bit like him. Tom Hardy, a very handsome bloke.
Okay,
I mean, I
You can see it now, can't you?
think it's clever, but for me it would be more true, I would think, to say it's skinny tan because you're tanned and therefore you look better with a tan.
yeah, well,
Yes.
Yeah, but we went for a different lie.
I'm not sure that there's room for another tanning product unless you're really going to pump a huge amount of money.
Yeah, market the hell out of it. That's how you can introduce a product into a saturated market, by oversaturate the marketing, and everyone thinks, oh, you're the one to buy, because people respond to marketing because it works on your unconscious, it works on your emotions and your feelings rather than your needs and your critical faculties.
Concerns about the amount of cash needed to crack the UK market have unnerved the dragons.
Did he say the UK crack market? There's plenty of money in that, don't you worry.
Deborah Meaden wants to establish whether a brand that's big down under would necessarily sell here.
business is littered with the graveyards of people who thought, fantastic, I've got the model, I'm doing it here, now we'll just pick that up and take it over there, and they haven't managed to do it. What do you know about this market?
We've looked.
I imagine they've done well in Australia, because Australia's got a terrible problem with skin cancer, because it's essentially European peoples living in a very sunny climate. And they really do have a problem. You know, the whole of the 70s and 80s and pretty much 90s in Australia was just beach bums and surfing. You know, look at a map of Australia, it's pretty much everyone lives on the coast. And they've got terrible skin cancer problems. So, you know, it's counterintuitive. You think, why would Australians want a spray tan? But that's why. I'm not sure England has that problem.
The consumer and found that they're quite similar, and in fact, in the UK, tanning is bigger than in Australia.
Okay. Yeah, that does actually, that makes sense, yeah.
If you've got a
But I wonder what the... Anyway.
brand there, why not focus there, build the brand there, make a huge amount of cash, and then come here?
This is our home. We're just sort of, you know, bang, bang, first to market opportunity. If you're ever going to launch a tanner that you think that you can market and hope and know would be a success, now is definitely the time to do it.
Louise and Kate have made a powerful case for expansion.
No, they haven't. She just said, this is our home. This is a terrible reason to change your mind. Chris, why are you opening up a brand in Cambodia? Well, this is my home. Yeah, but it's an exceptionally small and skint market. Yeah, but it's my home.
But Peter Jones remains concerned by the high level of risk involved in launching a brand new tanning product into an already crowded UK market.
If you get the investment today and it doesn't work for whatever reason,
Yep.
then that's all the money gone. That's 60,000 gone.
No.
Why?
Because you're investing for a 5% equity share in our whole business.
No, that's my question. So
you would be paid back by the Australian
so
business.
I'd still get, and I'd still own part of the Australian business. So I've still got
which
something.
means we could pay you your 60,000 back on that projected forecast on that business alone. So it's very secure. It's risk-free, in fact.
The expat entrepreneur's dramatic revelation that the equity offered will be in their already profitable Australian business has whetted the dragon's appetite for the deal. Peter Jones...
Yeah, they just want... This is just pure marketing and they don't need 60 grand. Unless, of course, something is revealed later.
Jones is first to show his hand.
I'm going to make you an offer.
OK.
Straight in.
I'm going to offer you...
Hang on, why haven't we... I don't know what their net profit is.
You all the £60,000,
But I want 15%.
but I'd like 20% of your business.
Shit!
And the reason why I've asked for 20% is that
I know I can offer value to it.
if I do crack for you, the main retailers...
Is her neck broken? Look, I can't even get my neck that far. I heard bones cracking, ligaments tearing.
then it could be big. And if it's big, then I will have helped you create that.
OK.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I add value.
Are you accepting?
Oh, what?
Can we...
I don't we
Hold
have
on
to...
a minute.
No.
I'm going to make you an offer.
This is really surprising me. I guess it's just on this American thing, but again, I think that's why they left out the net profit. This business is either doing really well, it must be doing really well, or they wouldn't be getting offers from the likes of Jonesy and Meaden straight up.
So I'm going to offer you all of the money.
15, undercut Jonesy.
But because of your success already in Australia,
And because I want to undercut Jonesy.
then I'm going to want 15% of the business. Thank you.
And now you've got the others who no one really wants. Everyone wants Meaden and Jonesy. They're the most successful. And they're the most personable, to be honest with you. I'd rather go with Duncan or Theo, who's not there, out of all of the Dragons, if I had a choice, or whatever business it was, because I think I'd get on with them. Tell me what dragon you think you'd get on with in the comments.
You're undercutting Peter, Deborah.
I'm making the offer that I think is a fair offer.
That's a yes.
With 2 offers now on the table, will Duncan Bannatyne be prepared to strike a deal?
5% just doesn't excite me. I need to be excited.
How about
Why is this the day of the broken necks?
if we keep the 5% in the business, then, because we've also registered in the UK, the 20% that you want, you can have that in the UK market to give you the drive, to be the, I don't know.
So you would offer a higher than 5% in the UK company,
As
which
UK loan.
would be a subsidiary of the Australian company,
Yes,
and 5%
yeah.
of the Australian company. I'll make you an offer for all the money, okay? For 10% of the Australian company, right? And 25% of the new British company.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that ain't going anywhere. Just that more. He wants more than both Meaden and Jonesy, but he has got his hand in the fitness and gym world in the UK, and they'll know that. Peter pretends he has. Peter pretends he's got a finger in every pie, and he doesn't. But Duncan definitely has. Duncan can have these things in like maybe a third of the gyms in the UK by morning. Like walk in, they're in front of you, the poster, blah blah, the samples, the freebies, the promotion, being advertised on the gym tellies that people are looking at when they're breaking their necks.
Thank you.
The 3 established dragons have all made Louise and Kate an offer, leaving the 2 newcomers to the den with an opportunity to stake their claims.
So I'll make you an offer as well. The full 60k.
See, it's weird when you. I mean, Kelly and oh, I nearly called him. I've forgotten his name. Hang on, I'll edit this bit out and drop it in a minute. Piers Linney. It's Piers Linney. The problem, I mean, they're not new dragons anymore. This is obviously quite old. But the problem you've got when offering your thing is if you go very low, it makes you look like you can't offer as much value. If you sort of say, 10%, they'll be like, nah, there's a reason for that. But at the same time, you can't go in at the same as Jonesy and Meaden unless you can say to them, I do this, and I do this, or I can do this, and the others can't. So it's a weird position to be in, a new dragon.
The 10% of the whole thing.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
And exactly that. So he's gone in for 10% of the whole thing, which Duncan wants 25% essentially spread over the 20 in the UK, I think, and 5 in Australia.
Yeah.
They're well chuffed, these 2, though, aren't they? I'm still gutted we don't know how much money they're making, though. It seems a bit ridiculous.
It's a highly competitive offer from Piers Linney. Will Kelly Hoppen be prepared to match
Well, interior designer Kelly Hoppen.
it?
I've built a global brand, so I have contacts all over the world.
Yeah.
I think I would be quite a good person to show the tan.
Oh my gosh, Hoppen's talking about getting her kit off. Amazing.
And I think I could really help build this business.
It would be brilliant if Hoppen went, I mean, Deborah couldn't do that. Duncan and Peter couldn't do that.
For you. I will make you the same offer as Piers.
And there you go, because she's in in those days, in the same position.
60,000 for 10%.
I reckon Piers could pull it off. Steady.
Okay, thank you.
Oh my God, the didgeridoo den. The dragon's didge. The dragon's didge got there in the end.
I'll make you another offer.
Oh, the counter offer, which hasn't even been countered.
Because I actually think Kelly would bring a lot to the table.
Oh, they're going to go in together, and again, that's a thing that the new dragons always do. Well, you'll get 2 dragons. I would never want two dragons. I don't want two teams. I don't want them arguing. I don't want disagreements. I don't want... Yes, no. Less humans, the better, involved in any business.
In terms, I can bring the modelling.
Hey, he could as well, though. He absolutely could. Look at him, well chuffed with himself.
with a bit of work.
Why did they laugh at him, whereas Opham got away with it? Weird. Men, they're not attractive.
And what Kelly can bring, and you know, listen.
Imagine Piers and Hopham together, like touching. Oh, don't imagine it for too long, though.
Very important. She can bring contacts, endorsements. So if Kelly wanted, I'd be happy to go into it with Kelly.
Yeah, I would be happy with that, Piers.
What, so it's still 10% when you're sharing it and coming
We'll
together?
split it.
It's a surprising twist. The two new dragons have joined forces to beat the old guard to...
Interestingly, he said the two new dragons. New dragons?
...the deal. But Deborah Meaden isn't ready to concede defeat.
I'm going to confuse you now, because with all the discussions about splitting the companies have happened.
I love the way she tries to blag this as... no, with all these discussions, I think it's... No, we've been undercut dramatically, me and Pedro, so I'm going to now come in and try and be a bit more competitive than I was initially, because I saw your response to Piers' suggestion.
Happened obviously since
Yes,
I made my
of
first
course.
offer. So again, I would still want 10% of the Australian market, and I want 20% of the UK market.
Okay.
With competition for the deal reaching fever pitch, could Peter Jones's retail contacts give him a valuable edge?
I sell cameras.
I've got businesses that sell
Cameras.
over £100 million of
Computer parts.
UK sterling of product into the retailers you want to deal with.
Oh, really? Such as?
I think by having me part of the business and having me in the UK, the amount of money you're currently making would be insignificant.
If you believe in that, you must believe in fairy tales.
Duncan's excellent. Just immediately. Pedro was surprisingly and unusually weak then. You know, he didn't have anything specific to offer. You know, look at his conclusion. You know, blah 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 blah. The money you're making now will be insignificant. And Duncan said you believe fairy tales.
Any of us could do the same thing.
I don't agree.
It's a great point. They absolutely could as well. Well, they've all got businesses. They've all got contacts. That's why they're in the den.
You can't because you haven't done it.
I can't believe Duncan hasn't even said yet that he's in the fitness industry.
Louise and Kate's assured
Has broken her neck again.
performance has raised temperatures in the den. Now, there's a crucial decision to be made.
That was brutal. Even Meaden and Jones and go, no you can't, we're better than you. If Hopham and Linney had been on this show for the amount of time that Jonesy and Meaden had, and Jonesy and Meaden had just turned up, regardless, I mean Meaden and Jonesy are much more successful, but it's insignificant levels of difference when you're helping what is essentially a start-up. This is just about recognising them and the familiarity with their faces.
This is really, really difficult. Can we phone a friend and ask our advocate, who's also a shareholder, to...
Advocate? Extra shareholder they dropped in?
Cast a vote?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course we can.
Thank you.
Oh, all trying to be too nice. Yeah, sure, yeah, you can, yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
For me, what I really want to do is partner with somebody who's got the strongest relationships with the key retailers.
Perfect.
I think you're missing the point. I think we can sort that out. I mean, we're all well-connected people. I think actually what this needs is the PR, it's the marketing pull, I think is going to make this work.
I have such a brilliant relationship with all the magazines and all the press. I also have a huge celebrity client list. But at the same time, I can ring up Boots, I can ring up any big department store. As a woman, I always have a gut feeling about what I want to do.
Really strong pitch here from Hoppen, and Jonesy knows it. This is it. Specifics.
I think it's a great product, but I'm also aware of the fact that I'm a new dragon, Piers is a new dragon, and so we're fighting our corner here, you know.
We can debate till we're blue in the face, but this is your business. You really need to make your minds up.
Absolutely. Okay.
No, sorry. It's
Thank you very much.
late.
I do appreciate that.
Do you want to go to the back
Can
of the
we go in
room?
the corner?
You're
We'll have a little chat.
Okay.
Have Piers, Linney and Kelly Hoppen done enough to swing negotiations in their favour? Or will one of the more established dragons prevail?
If this was me, I would either go for Duncan on his own or the Hoppen Linney. I don't want them to fall for the established dragons blag.
This is intense.
We've made our decision, and thank you very much to all of you. But we're going to go with Piers and Kelly.
Yes! Amazing, amazing. And quite unusual in the den as well. Great call. Well, there you go, people. We still don't know how much money they were making, so let's see if we can find out, shall we? So I found this on startups.co.uk. Dragon's Den success stories. SkinnyTan and what you can learn from them. Tells you a little bit about them. That's a unfortunate expression. But there you go, blah, 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 blah. It was 2013 that happened. Yeah, they got the 60 grand. It went through and they were acquired, so that they were bought out essentially. So yeah, it quotes at 600 thou UK sterling. Here's the interesting bit. Having appeared on the Den in 2013 with the goal of getting finance to conquer the UK, Cotton and Ferguson, that's those two women, have spent the past 2 years achieving their aims. On the back of Hoppen and Linney's investment, they secured a deal with Boots and expanded to Spain, Canada, South Africa and Dubai. Plenty of money floating around in Dubai for sure. In June 2015, the business announced it had been acquired for an undisclosed sum by a global beauty giant, Innovaderma, for an 80% stake of the company. So they've been bought out and they're just now 20% between Cotton, Ferguson, Linney and Hoppen. They've done their work. They just probably get a kickback, dividends off the shares they own in the company. And then it says with revenues of 1 million in 2014, and that was set to double to 2.2 over the next 12 months. It's no wonder it was a winner in the Den. So let's have a look see if we can see some numbers. So SkinnyTan Limited dissolved, but there's a reason for that, because obviously the first thing that Linney and Hoppen did was said, let's not have this SkinnyTan over here and this one over here. Let's just make it one business. You know, we live in a global marketplace. We don't need two businesses in two countries. It just complicates things. And I can prove that because I got this. Oh. And so SkinnyTan is not dissolved. That is active today. This is today. That's still active on Companies House. Let's see if we can have a look at some of the money, shall we? Well, unfortunately, there was no value in looking at the numbers. The interesting thing was, in 2022, they turned over just short of 8 million. Now, if you're turning over 600,000 back in 2015, and you've got that up to just short of 8 million, the profit's got to be there. You don't just keep going up by 1 million a year if it's not a decent net profit. But there's no profit and loss there because, as it says in that last bit I read out, they were bought out. So who knows how much they're making, but if they're turning over 7, just short of 8 million, as they did in 2021, it's much the same. And there would have been COVID issues around that, although I imagine they would have probably sold more during COVID if people weren't going out and getting a little bit of cancer. I think they've done well. There you go. See you later. Ta-da!
Sweet, sweet.